After the announcement of Phase 4 at San Diego Comic-Con, and then followed by all the announcements at D23, you could almost hear it from a mile away. Those articles and think pieces were being written up, and they're talking about the future of the MCU and the possible oversaturation of the market. Now, I wanted to look at this realistically and talk about the fact that I don't think there is going to be an oversaturation and why I feel this way. And right before we get into this, you guys know the drill. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So first and foremost, what do I mean by oversaturation? As many of these articles and think pieces are going to go over, they think that we're going to get too much of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And to a degree, I can see where they're coming up with this conclusion, right? You're going to come up with the years just kind of sneaking up on us, and then you have 3 to 4 films a year. On top of that, we're looking at 3 to 4 Marvel Studios TV series based on Marvel properties. Now, that's not it alone. We know that Disney is working with ABC to develop 2 to 3 more Marvel TV series. 2 for Disney Plus, 1 for ABC. Then you have Hulu, which is going to have a total of 8 to 9 shows within the next 2 years. There's a lot of Marvel content. So just by looking at it like that, you can be like, you know what? Yeah, by 2021, 2022, we're hitting oversaturation. And I can see how they're coming up with this, but again, they're not realistically looking at it from a perspective of the casual audience. Are you gonna sit there and tell me that Moon Knight is gonna look exactly like She-Hulk, or that Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness is gonna resemble exactly what they're doing with Black Panther 2, or the fact that Ghost Rider will look nothing like the upcoming female-driven ABC series, which will look nothing like The Runaways. And then, of course, you're going to add Deadpool, you're going to have a rebooted Fantastic Four, X-Men, Wolverine, and various other shows like Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, and other things that are in development. So, at a broad glance, you're like, you know what? This is oversaturation, but it's really not. If they were doing the same thing over and over, then you would oversaturate the market. But that's not what they're doing, because I can guarantee you that Doctor Strange's sequel is going to be nothing like anything we've seen in the MCU and anything that's coming out there. The original Doctor Strange was exactly that, which is why it did so good. So I don't think we're hitting oversaturation. I think we're hitting the point where people are literally looking at it going, is this too much? And maybe they won't check out half the products. Maybe they'll check out only a quarter of the products. But again, if they go just to the movies, that's fine. But at some point, they're going to be looking at the output and some of the characters that show up, and that'll transition over into subscribing to Disney Plus, which then transitions over into conditioning them to come back for more Marvel Studios. They've done this with every movie so far. I mean, realistically, would Ant-Man have done as good as it did 10 years ago as it did when the original Ant-Man and the Wasp came out? Of course not. It's Ant-Man. But it's Marvel Studios. It's a trusted brand, and it's a brand you know the type of quality and content you're getting. So oversaturation, I don't think that's the big problem. I think the problem is that people are just looking at it kind of going, well, it's too much Marvel. Yes, there will be a lot of Marvel, but again, the loose connective tissue between all of it is that it's Marvel, and the bigger, broader picture is that they're tackling everything. From horror to terror to the unknown to crazy street heroes to going all the way back to Goldmine, you know, some of the things that have been established like the Mandarin that are finally going to get a conclusion. So it's not oversaturation, it's just more content. How do you guys feel though? Do you think it's hitting an oversaturation point or not? Let me know down below. I'm interested to see what you guys feel about this.